So the first change that I made that made me feel more in control of my life was I became a lot more intentional in regards to who I spent my time with and what I spent my time doing. Over the course of the year, I began to realize the value of my time and how, in my opinion, it's our most precious resource. I would rather spend my time doing something that I love, doing something that fulfills me and makes me happy, than with people who don't give me that feeling. At the beginning of the year, I had a lot of people in my life who were emotionally draining. Like, I would hang out with them and I would try to be positive and have like more upbeat, light conversations, trying to just like connect and talk and, like banter and just like connect and have fun. And it's like these people would never have anything positive to say. It was always something negative or sad. And I understood like why they felt comfortable speaking to me about these things, because we had a history of where we would always talk about our anxiety, our depression, how hard life was, how scary it was. And I had lived in such a sad headspace for so much of my life. Like, I had lived with so much anxiety and depression for so long that became my norm, if that makes sense. Like, it was normal for me to feel anxious. Like, I felt like my anxiety just lived in my body, my depression just lived in my body. I loved having conversations where like I would just, talk about how hard life was and how sad I was, and I just loved people that fed into that narrative. When I began to realize that those types of conversations and beliefs were actually limiting beliefs and what were keeping me in that dark headspace, I stopped wanting to be around people who only wanted to talk about those things. And it wasn't a personal thing where it was like, oh, I just don't like this person anymore. I just realized, like, I don't want to continue being sad, and us talking about these sad things is not going to help that. So I realized that I had to change my environment. I had to change the groups of people that I spent time with who I felt like energetically were no longer aligned with me. And that has been amazing. I will say, like, I was definitely lonely for a while because a lot of the people that I considered my closest friends, like, were people who were really miserable in life and who did victimize themselves. And like they say, you are who your friends are. And I've heard people say, like, as you grow, like, you're going to outgrow people sometimes. Like, sometimes people are going to want to stay in a certain energy that no longer resonates with you. And that's what I experienced. It helped me because after leaving those relationships, I found my own voice. Like, I remember I would have conversations with these people, and sometimes I'd actually be in a good mood and I would like try to uplift their spirits, and it never worked. It was almost like they wanted me to be in that sad, miserable space with them, and they would like kind of judge me if I wasn't. Versus now, like, when I'm by myself and just doing my own thing and I'm happy, like, I don't judge myself for being happy. I deserve to be happy. I want to be happy. But now the people in my life, the relationships that I have, like, I'm surrounded by people who are also genuinely content, happy people, or who strive to be that way. People who also deal with misfortune, who also deal with anxiety and depression sometimes, but always find a way to pull themselves out of it and don't stay in that sadness for too long. I spent way too much time with people that dwelled in their sadness for too long. And that really affected me. I do believe that humans are easily influenced. We're easily influenced by the media. We're easily influenced by the weather. We're influenced by other people especially. So you can't think that you're going to grow and become this like happy, free, open, loving person with this amazing life if you're surrounded by people who want nothing but to harbor negative energy and want to keep you in that low vibrational state as well. Like, that's just not how that works. So that really helped me feel more in control of my life, because when I cut out those negative people, I felt like I was reclaiming my voice, and I felt like I was taking back my time in a way too, and taking back my energy. Like, I didn't want to spend my good energy trying to make a negative person feel better. Like, I could be doing so many other things with that, you know? The next thing I did, and I mentioned this in the last point, but I want to go into a little more detail. I made sure to spend more time with people who had the qualities and the characteristics that I've always wanted, or qualities that I already had but didn't feel confident enough to express. And what I found is, when I spent more time with people that inspired me, these qualities just naturally came out and they became enhanced. I think like different people play different roles in your life, and I think that different people bring out different sides of you. And I was intentional in finding people who brought out the parts of me that I wanted them to bring out. For example, like my partner, he is a very like logical, rational person. He's also very fun and spontaneous, and he loves life, and he doesn't sit in his emotions for too long. He processes them like a normal person. I mean, a little faster than normal people, but then he's right back into just like living life and enjoying it and appreciating things for what they are. I spent a lot of time with people who were very deep and very philosophical and very in tune with their feelings, but didn't want to do anything about their feelings and didn't try to help themselves. My partner, he always has a solution to whatever I'm feeling. And through being with him, I realized like I can come up with my own solutions for how I feel. Whenever I am feeling anxious for no reason, or I'm feeling sad for no reason, I don't have to sit in it. I don't always have to question every single thing around me. I don't always have to question every single feeling that I have. You know how people say like, you have thoughts are just thoughts until you validate them, and then they become something, they become meaningful to you. It's like when you have intrusive thoughts, if you give value to them by paying attention to them, now you're creating a narrative. But now, like whenever I feel anxious or I have a negative thought, I try my best not to give power to it, and I try my best to distract myself from it, because I know that giving any sort of energy to that thought is not going to serve me in any way. Another example is my mom. Like, she is such a kind person. Like, she would go above and beyond for the people that she loves. Like, she's the most loyal person ever. Actually, my mom, my best friend, and my boyfriend, like the most loyal people I've ever met in my fucking life. And I feel like I was always very like kind of flaky and inconsistent. Like, I really wanted to build that quality in myself even more, where I show up for people when they need me, and I show the people that I love them through acts of service, through being there for them, through being consistent. And I feel like I'm still working on that, honestly. Like, sometimes I just want to be left the fuck alone. But like 9 times out of 10 now, when I say I'm going to do something, I do it, because my word is valuable and powerful, and I want people to know that they can trust me when I say I'm going to do something. And that has enhanced my relationships too. Like, people can depend on me now, and I felt like they couldn't before, because I knew that I was so like wishy-washy. I would change my mind based on how I felt, and now it's like, if I made a commitment, I made a commitment, and I'm going to follow through. But I built that level of consistency and that appreciation for it through surrounding myself with people that already had those qualities. And I think that's the smartest thing I've done. And I feel really good about myself now, because now I know that I have those qualities, and I have people in my life who can depend on me and who I can depend on. And I feel very fulfilled in the relationships that I have, because I feel like I'm becoming a better person when I'm with these people, and they're becoming better people when they're with me, and we're growing together. And it's just like, it's so beautiful. Like, I don't know, I fucking love that shit. I'm a little simp. I'm a little simp. another thing I did was I stopped allowing myself to dwell on the past. Oh my goodness. And that's like, oh my God. I feel like I'm big on reflecting. Like, I love taking time to just sit with myself and think about my journey and see how far I've come. And I like to question myself, like, what are you doing now that's different from what you were doing then? Like, I love reflecting because it makes me feel so good about where I am in the present. And it makes me feel so proud of myself. And it builds this inner confidence that I don't know if anything else in my life really has, the way that reflecting does. Like, just reviewing everything that I've been through and still being here and still showing up for myself and showing up for other people. Like, I feel a sense of pride when I reflect on my life, basically. However, like, there's a difference between reflecting and dwelling. You know, when I was in that low vibrational state, I would dwell on past relationships, like past heartbreaks, people that I had lost, people who had hurt me, and I would just live in that pain. And like, I was mentally there, and so emotionally I was there, and it's like I couldn't let go. And now I feel like it's the opposite. Like, if someone upsets me, if someone does something shady, I genuinely let go and let God. And it's actually crazy. I know how cringy that sounds. Like, that's some shit you would see like on a bumper sticker in Tennessee. But I genuinely do. Like, I'm tested like every single day. Like, there are small things that annoy the shit out of me. But I realize not only is my time valuable, but my energy is valuable. Like, would I rather spend my energy being mad about something that I could probably easily fix, something that probably isn't that big of a deal, or just say, okay, that happened, that was annoying, acknowledge that that frustrated me in the moment, but then decide, okay, but I'm not going to let that little situation disrupt my entire day and ruin my mood for the day. Like, it happened, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to fix it. If I can't fix it, let go, let God. And having that mindset has made my life so much better, because I used to, like, if one thing pissed me off in a day, like, my whole day was ruined. You know what I mean? Like, if I had a bad morning, like it was a rough morning, that would determine the rest of my day. Now it's the opposite. For example, earlier this week, I was having a rough morning. Like, I woke up late. I didn't have money on my Metro card, so I had to like buy a new Metro card. While I was on my way out, this guy came to fix our doorbell. I was like, I'm already running late. My cat pooped outside of the litter box. Like, it was just a messy morning. And I was so irritable, and I was so like agitated. But when I got on the train, I took a breath and I was like, that happened. It was annoying. It was stressful. It happened. Like, don't carry this energy into the rest of your day. And I kept telling myself, I'm going to have a good day today. Everything's going to be great. Like, I think really wonderful things are going to happen today. And it happened. Like, I ended up having such a great day. I ran into people I didn't expect to see, got to have some chats with them, got some compliments on my outfit, got a lot of work done, was really productive, had a great conversation with my boss, had dinner with my partner. Like, it was just a great day. Had I stayed in that negative energy, like, it would have probably been the opposite. So I think not allowing yourself to dwell too much on the past, dwell too much on negative feelings, and to just genuinely let go, like, make the conscious decision to let go and take your time in doing that, it's going to be a game changer for you, because then you're going to just be excited about all the good things that are going to come. Like, I could either sit here and be mad that my boyfriend left the dishes in the sink, or I can be happy about the fact that I have hot water in 2 hands and I can clean that up myself. And who cares about this little inconvenience of him leaving a dish in the sink? Like, prioritize what you spend your energy on is basically what I'm saying. Like, it really will help. Okay.